Hey everybody, and welcome to the weekly Rocksmith 2014 live developer stream. I'm kind of your host, I guess, Dan Amrick. I'm the community manager, the community developer rather. Jason Paradise in our chat room is the community manager. I am but your humble community developer, and this week we will be. It's National Beer Day as we record this, and while we will not be imbibing on the air, if there was going to be any alcohol we would have, I think it should probably be whiskey because it's Black Label Society this week. Zach Wilde's project after he played with Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy will make a cameo on one of this week's 3 songs. You can probably guess which one that is, but there's a 3-song pack right now available on all of the platforms, actually. Everything's hunky-dory. The stuff that was not in time last week, the hit singles and the Edgar Winter stuff, everything's out online on all platforms for both last week and this week. So we're up to date, and we're going to start with a video before we get into everything else. We'll show you the trailer of the 3 songs that are in this pack. We'll come back with a pre-recorded song, which means that we have some guests that couldn't be here today, but they could be here yesterday, so we went ahead and did that. We'll do some giveaways, we'll do some Q&As, and we'll do a special bonus song this week because there's only 3 songs in this pack, so we've got a 4th bonus song coming up later on that we will keep a surprise until later, but I think you're going to like it. So thanks for tuning in. Stick around. We've got a fun, probably about an hour ahead of us, and we'll kick it off with a trailer. Be right back. Are you down for that? Is that something you think you can handle? I hope so, because we're going to actually try those songs today. Those are the 3 songs in the Black Label Society pack, and the first one that we're going to attempt here in the slight past on a pre-recording with Brian Shu and Travis Kindred. Hi, fellas.
Hello.
Is going to be Suicide Messiah from the album Mafia back in 2005. This one's in D drop C, so you're getting gritty with it. You are playing our massive Chris Novoselic signature RD artist.
Yes.
How does that handle the down tuning? Because this is a large bass anyway with really heavy strings. Are you finding that it's floppy when you go down?
No, it actually feels really nice. I'm a big fan of like really low, low pitch bends.
Okay.
Stuff like that, and this is great because it has enough sort of resistance that you can really feel the bend, but it's not just like the strings flopping around. And the big weight of the bass just sort of helps make you feel more grounded, I guess, as a bassist.
You do a lot of bass setups because you work at a bass shop and everything. We always tell people that if you want to down tune and you're going to be doing it on a regular basis, or if you have more than one instrument and you can set it up specifically, well, a lot of people don't want to take like their guitar in and have it set up for just that thing. So I do what I call the Brian Pody trick. I don't know if he came up with this, but this is who I credit with telling me, is that for every whole step that you want to tune down, go up 1 gauge in strings. So if you want to tune down to D standard for, say, our Motley Crue DLC, then you would go up to 11s if your guitar is normally set up for 10s, and you really don't have to do anything else to that.
Right.
Is there a bass equivalent of that? Does that same rule make sense from a bass perspective?
It does to a degree. It's kind of hard because it really depends on what sort of tone you're looking for, because a sort of light gauge slack tune string is a sound.
Sure.
I think the more popular sound is the heavier gauge like you're describing, and I think that's a good rule of thumb. One thing to consider is because of the length of the neck, you want to make sure you have enough clearance between the string and the fingerboard, your action. So you may, if you feel comfortable, you might want to give your truss rod just a little love in the relief section, just to help kind of encourage it, especially with the lack of tension. It's not going to be pulled. The strings kind of
might pull back away because the strings are slack.
It depends on your setup.
Okay. And Brian, you're playing actually our house Epiphone Les Paul special, which is we have that one set up with the Pody trick. It's actually a weird hybrid set because literally I went around and I couldn't find strings, so I got as close as I could. So the E is actually a little stronger on that. It's a 13 on that one, so you may. I doubt that you're going to have any serious problems with it. But and please notice that I'm not asking either one of you to tell me anything, because I know neither one of you note tracked this song. This was a Sam Schwartz special, but Sam is going to be showing up a little bit later in the show. So he opted to do one song, and he's going to do the other song, and that'll be fun. But with that in mind, if you have anything that you want to bring up before or after, you're welcome to do so. But do you want to just jump into the song, or is there anything you want to set up?
Sure.
Just jump into the song. I give you a yes or no question. You said sure.
I will say one thing. The bass part for this song in particular, this is definitely the most challenging of the bass parts that I've worked on in the game.
Okay.
As like a user, as a player. The two things I wanted to say is Sam did a great job leveling it. I started at 0 level and worked up to 100. And it levels very, very well, like very methodically.
Right.
Like in particular, the bass track is very good, and it's a really, really good track for getting a lot of basics in bass playing for a lot of different styles. There's a lot of like pentatonic kind of box fills and licks, and a lot of the sort of hammer-on kind of accents that are really, really, really common in everything from metal to rock to funk to to jazz, whatever. So I think it's a very well-rounded bass line for trying to learn how to play
a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, then don't screw it up. We're going to play Suicide Messiah by Black Label Society, one of the 3 songs in the Black Label Society DLC pack, which is available worldwide now. Everywhere. Also, for anybody that was waiting for the Hit Singles 5-pack in Europe on PlayStation, that's out there now too. So that's good. We are all up to date on DLC. And bass chords too. How much fun is that? If you have tuned in for the giveaways, stick around. Our first giveaway will be after this song completes. I also appreciate that both instruments are in fact black today. I didn't realize that. Sometimes people ask, why would you do a drop D tuning? The chords that Brian's playing there are a pretty good example. It basically lets you do a power chord with one finger, like that F5. That's why some artists do that. It's a convenience, or it's a tonality. It's glad we started you guys out with an easy one, too. Wow, they're going to make you play it all through the fade out. Wow, thanks, Sam. Holy cow, that was nice. Yeah, you survived quite well. I'm actually curious, what are the scores? Not that it matters, because we're all on our own path. That's fine. Yeah, if you guys are both getting over 90 on that, that's a masterful performance. That's really great.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Is there anything that you want to throw in there about technique or whatever? I mean, honestly, this just looks like what I call a riff repeater song, where you go into riff repeater, slow that stuff down. There was a bit of a two-handed tapping stuff in the first solo break,
Right.
Which, if you're not familiar with two-handed tapping, there is a lesson in the game for it, and it'll walk you through. Just go to the lessons menu, the lessons option on the main menu, and scroll down. There's actually lessons that the game doesn't automatically feed you that you will find if you go picking through there. I don't think a lot of people have seen the how your strap goes on your guitar lesson, but we even cover that. And I'm glad we do, because I always see people put them on backwards and then they complain that their shoulder hurts because the buckle is there. I'm like, no, there's a reason. So yeah, if the two-handed tapping part, the very wide blue span, when I saw that in one of the screenshots, I'm like, oh boy, we're in trouble now. Mm-hmm. There's help is on the way. It's just buried in the lessons thing. But is there anything else you guys wanted to add? You don't have to. You know.
Like you said, it's a riff repeater song.
Yeah.
You know, like I definitely did that. Just shedded a couple of those lines a bunch of times. But the nice thing is everything is at least in the bass part, everything is done very, very like methodically and very technically well. So once you know how it goes,
right,
it makes a lot of sense under the fingers.
Good. That's good to hear. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Brian is a man of few words and many notes, so we'll leave it with that. Thank you both for coming in and doing that. We'll go back to the future now with our first giveaway, our Ernie Ball prize pack number 1. We have 2 of these to give away. We'll give away 1 right now, and you will win. Somebody out there is going to win everything that you see here. Yes, all this can be yours if you are the winner of our first of 2 giveaways. You're going to get some brand new Ernie Ball regular Slinky guitar strings and the matching set of regular Slinky bass strings. If you don't have one of each instrument, first of all, you're wrong. Second of all, this gives you an excuse to go out and get the one that you're missing. So 2 free sets of strings, a brand new strap from Ernie Ball, a peg winder which makes string changes so much easier, the Wonder Wipes care and feeding system to keep your guitar shiny and new and moisturized, and all the other good things that I talk about all the time, plus a dozen picks from Ernie Ball and 3 of the super rare Rocksmith picks that we will send you ourselves. In fact, I will send you all of this stuff with a lovely handwritten note. I don't think that people know that I write
Your
a personalized handwritten note with
you have
every
beautiful handwriting.
Not calligraphy. Too. No, I have terrible handwriting. I have absolutely terrible handwriting. But yeah, all that can be yours if you follow whatever Jason Paradise tells you to do, which I'm pretty sure involves subscribing to our channel, and then you will need to send him your name, your address, your phone number, stuff like that. But Jason Paradise is going to be running that giveaway right now. If you don't win the first one, don't worry. We have more stuff to give away later on in the show. We've got some DLC. We've got another one of those packs even. So all of that could be yours. And the prizes went out last week, and I think people said that they've already gotten them. So that's good. Did you get your prize pack, Gregory Barr?
No.
I didn't send you one.
Oh, damn.
Sorry, man. Greg Barr is here, ladies and gentlemen. You know him from the Gentleman Amateurs.
That's true.
Correct?
Yes.
You guys are still gigging locally, right?
Yeah, and we are trying to record an album.
So fantastic.
Go fund our Indiegogo thing.
I did not know you had this.
Yeah.
What
I just
is it?
launched it yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, what's the URL?
Or the Gentleman Amateurs Indiegogo.
Okay,
I'm
so
sure you'll find it.
The Googles will tell you everything
Yes,
else
the
you need to
Googles,
know.
the
Oh, that's
Googles.
fantastic. I didn't realize that. That's great. But today you're here to fumble through Stillborn.
Yes. Fingers crossed. It won't be a shoe-like performance.
We may have peaked early this week.
Definitely. But I'm going to try. I'm going to see what I can do.
Let this go to the last minute. And because I had said in Monday's meeting, when we normally solve who's going to play what and which songs we're going to do this week, so that everybody has a couple of days to practice, I was like, what's the easiest bass song? And everybody's Stillborn. Is it really easy? Yeah, it's pretty easy. And about an hour ago, I played it for the first time. I hadn't even listened to the whole song all the way through. And I'm like, all right, let me give this a shot. Yeah, okay, 92.5%. I think I can do this one okay on the stream. So, as usual, I am the canary in the coal mine for budding bassists. If you are looking for a super easy bass song just to get the instrument under your fingers and feel confident, this is definitely one. But you will need to learn how to count to 5. The guitar is much more difficult.
Actually, the guitar is really easy, except for the solo, which is really hard.
That's a Zach Wild staple.
If you play the rhythm path, though, you shouldn't have a problem. The main riff is just a single note. It's just a red 2, and it's just eighth notes.
Right.
He does like pinch harmonics on it, which I just got a pinch harmonic lesson from Sam himself earlier, because I don't usually do those at all, so I was trying to figure out how to do them. But he's much better at them, so we're going to do like a little mini lesson on pinch harmonics later.
Yeah, later on we will have both Pody and Sam up here to tell you all about how to do pinch, because it is important in this week's lesson. And I know that we've seen people in the chat room before say they're having trouble with them, or it's something they want to do and they haven't been able to figure out how to do it. So maybe we'll give you some of that today.
And everyone does them differently. Like we were just talking, I can't do them with a pick, but I can do them. With
I can't do them without a pick. I didn't know that it was possible to do them without a pick, and you just were like, I can't do it with a pick. It doesn't make sense. So to each their own, of course. As long as it sounds good, it is good. But we'll get into some of that. And all right, so if that's what we're in for is Flying by the Seat of Your Pants on Stillborn by Black Label Society. That's one of the 3 songs available now on all platforms as part of the Black Label Society song pack. That's why we picked that name, you see. I think we're pretty much ready to go. Feel free to get me out of this. Thanks, Pody. Yeah, Pody's on the wheels of steel going, Dan's making an ass of himself. I'm going to let him just keep going. After this song, we will also do another giveaway. We'll have some DLC for the Black Label Society pack on Steam if you want it. I should say that I practiced this with a pick and then found out that you're supposed to do it with your fingers. So I'm doing the John Entwistle 3-finger thing. I'm trying to bring my ring finger into my bass playing more often.
Yeah, the way he does this one, it's like all pinch harmonics, and then he kind of glides his finger along the string, from the bridge to the neck.
Right. Seems like a simple thing, but the glowing, whenever you see a note glow like these open 3 strings that I'm hitting, and we're dutifully doing our headbanging to it, that means play with an accent. Play it a little bit stronger. Probably knew that. But some people have said, oh, I didn't realize that's what the glowing thing was for. Yeah. That was very nice.
Thanks. I've done it a little better. I can never get that last part. He just alternate picks the whole thing. It's really hard.
And bassist, this is where you use your pinky.
Pick and slide.
It's a shorter song than it was when I practiced it.
Yeah, we have no way to represent that hit
Yeah.
slide move, which is really common, and it was a huge oversight on our part.
That's one on the list for if we ever get a
Yeah.
chance to do something big in the future. That's
So I think we put like a tremolo,
Tremolo,
tap, tremolo, and then sliding over.
yeah, kind of like, can we take 3 other techniques
Yeah.
and shove them together
Right.
so that you think that it makes sense? Hey, but you got 97% on that. We both got 97% on that. So for somebody who was afraid you weren't going to be able to make it through a very difficult solo,
Well,
you found your groove. Congratulations.
Like I said, the rest of the song is really easy, so that helps. I think if we just took the solo, it would not be so pretty. But
Yeah, well, no, we can go back.
Yeah.
We can go back. I can make that a highlight at the end of the show. Just like Greg kind of plays the stillborn solo. Is not going to get us a lot of hits anyway, so
No,
don't worry about
yeah.
it. Is there anything else you wanted to add? Because I know we are going to talk about pinch harmonics later in the show. So.
No, that's about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Indiegogo, the
Indiegogo.
Gentlemen Amateurs.
That's right. Yes.
Go there, fund the record.
Please do.
And if anybody finds it, if you want to put the link in the chat room, that'd be nice too. Hey, so hopefully you guys saw the big April Fool's joke / not a joke at all, because it's really Brendan Small and Steve Agee doing a commercial for Rocksmith. And if you didn't see it, well, shame on you, because honestly, a ton of people saw it on the American Facebook page, of all things. There's a YouTube link, and I looked at the traffic, and the YouTube link makes it look like it was the least popular thing in the world. Not very many people saw it on YouTube, so that was kind of weird. But, hopefully you've seen it. If you haven't seen it, guess what? You have the opportunity to see it now. We're going to run it while we take a very short break. We'll come back with our special bonus song for the week, featuring Brian Pody and Sam Schwartz. And while we're away, feel free to beg Jason Paradise for some free codes. They're going to be given away by random anyway, but he will tell you everything that you need to know to learn to enter to win Black Label Society packs for Steam. So for PC and Mac players, this is your giveaway. Go for this. We'll be right back. Watch some funny bits. Thanks for tuning in.
Learn a song.
Rocksmith is the fastest way to learn to play guitar. Plug in any electric guitar or bass into your PC or game console and choose from more than 700 songs. Learn to play in 60 days with Rocksmith. Available now.
Didn't you write this song? Yes. But I forgot how to play it on guitar. Is that normal? I don't know. Maybe. See, I don't remember any of this. It's good though. It's a good song. It's not bad. Not bad. I'm now wondering if I wrote this. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, hello.
Whoa. Oh, hi.
How's it going?
Sam Schwartz has appeared. He's super effective.
Whoa.
Welcome back to the second half of our Rocksmith 2014 live stream featuring real live developers from real live Ubisoft Studio San Francisco here in San Francisco. That's where we are. It's very warm. And, I wore an orange hoodie into work today, and it's the first home game of the season for the San Francisco Giants, who are just literally two and a half blocks away from our office. And I never felt that wearing bright orange would act as camouflage, but it totally did today. I was completely invisible in a sea of orange and black and, lots of sports fans in our neighborhood. and it made going out to lunch very difficult.
Yeah.
Because it's that time of year. But
Not to
anyway,
mention parking.
yeah, parking is ridiculous. A couple people, sadly, some people on our staff were like, "I forgot today was the first day of the home game. Oh my god!" And yeah, hours to find parking.
Poor
It's not
Rye,
even-
man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
He was like,
Sharon too.
No, really?
Sharon got hosed. She was like, "I parked over here. I've got 2 hours of parking. If I can't find a parking space in a reasonable amount of time, I'm going home and I'll do the rest of my job from work from home." And I'm like, "Good for you."
Yeah.
Hey, you guys are here to play our super secret special song.
Secret special song.
Well, we were talking about like what would be a good fit. I was like, it's. I think it's appropriate if you're coming in and you're expecting a band like Black Label Society, hence the logo. That if we do an additional song, that it would be something that hopefully would also be to your taste, or not necessarily related, but something in a similar genre, or something that there's a link. And we know that Zach Wilde and Dimebag Darrell were very, very good friends.
They were.
And Pantera also kind of plays like metal, but from a southern rock kind of influency vibe. And so Brian Pody said with a slight grin, we could play Pantera. Yeah, we can play Cowboys from Hell. How about we do that? That's just, I don't know. I'm just pulling out a random song that's fun for me to play that people would like to see and that I know how to play. And okay, that's a good enough reason.
I just suggested something that I wanted to do.
That's absolutely fine. No, you know what? Like 90% of winning is taking that initiative. And so I was like, great, I got a problem. I got a slot to fill. Your song fills that slot. Perfect. Let's
We're
do it.
about to fill the slot right here.
Yeah, I was afraid you were going to go there. Sam
It's gonna
Schwartz,
be
you're
good.
jumping in on bass for this one, and you said, "Oh, because it's Rex, I have to play the big Les Paul bass."
Yeah.
Now, we usually use this for downtune songs because this is kind of a beast. I actually like the neck shape, but it is a big, heavy instrument no matter what. And so as a result...
Just for scale.
For scale, yeah. So it's a 34-inch full-scale bass, but with it, if you just basically made a Les Paul bigger, that's what you would get.
Yeah, you got to be careful with it, or else you'll hit the moon out of place. You know?
Yeah, or me. Or, the scars are healing, actually. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So we're doing this one because this also, not only is it just like a fun song that you guys wanted to play, but it also happens to play in well to the pinch harmonics thing that we've been talking about. The Black Label Society does use that. Zach Wilde likes to use pinch harmonics a lot, but this is also a hallmark of this song too. So
I mean, there's not a ton of them, but
there's some.
There's the like breakdown part.
Yeah,
where
the
they're
breakdown
pretty
has
prominent.
some pretty nasty ones.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, shall we?
Sure.
I think
Let's
that
play some friggin' metal, dude.
I think that people have basically gotten their freebies, so we're back to chat. And we'll talk at length about pinch harmonics, about how to perform pinch harmonics. If you have any specific questions about pinch harmonics, get them ready during this song. But Pody and Sam are going to go over some of the techniques. So if it's a technique that you don't yet have under your fingers, maybe you will after our Q&A session after this song.
That 96.7% was Audrey. So
That's the last time this was played on the stream.
yeah.
Was Audrey. It's a replay worth watching. Check our back shows on Twitch and look for the Audrey and Kate week. Saying it is not too cold for manly muscular kneecaps like Sam's. It's actually quite warm here in the city today. Yesterday it hit 83 or 90 in some of the inland areas. It was brutal. Today it's a little cooler, but not by much. Sayan says, oh, it's funny that you say 83 in terms of temperature. If it was 83 here in Europe, you'd be dead. Well, yes, that's because you're on the Celsius scale. That's understandable. That's like 150 degrees Fahrenheit. What are you doing? Who shreds more, Pody or Sam, says W Skinny. I'm going to leave that to Anthony. Anthony, who shreds more, Pody or Sam? He says, I work with these guys. I am not picking. I would argue that Sam has better stage presence based on that performance alone.
I'm just lagging.
For anybody that's wondering, Pantera is available in a DLC pack with Rocksmith 1. And Rocksmith 1 DLC is all compatible with Rocksmith 2014. On Steam, you're going to have to go under the Rocksmith 1 area to find it, but all of that content is playable without any other modification in Rocksmith 2014. Masterful performance, says Jason Paradise. I agree. The chat room agrees. Neither one of you rocks more. You are equally awesomely rocking.
I feel like that's fair.
Well, Sam's definitely enjoying himself, says BCat129.
I was.
Yeah, I think you were.
I was totally enjoying myself.
Damn, this dude is rocking it, says Fox PKC. And CJ Blanford wanted to see you lift it behind your head and play backwards.
Yeah.
No, oh, it's the microphone that's stopping him from doing it. Yeah, sorry. That's oh well. And somebody said, "Oh, I was hoping for Cemetery Gates." Cemetery Gates is also as part of that Pantera pack. And what is one of the songs on the disc?
I think so. I think it was a 3-pack of DLC.
It was a 3-pack of DLC, and there's a 4th song on the disc, but I forget which song comes with Rocksmith 1. Does Anthony? Do you remember?
You can probably ask.
I can ask him.
Mr.
Hey,
McCune.
Brian McCune. Entrez-vous, Brian McCune. Hi, Brian McCune. We were just talking about the Pantera DLC. We just finished playing Cowboys from Hell, and we realized there's 4 Pantera songs, 3 of which were in a pack. What was the outlying song, and which disc was it on?
Rocksmith 2014 disc. We had...
Was it Walk?
No.
Okay.
Cemetery Gates.
Cemetery Gates is on disc.
Cemetery Gates is on the disc for Rocksmith 2014. The other 3 songs, which is Cowboys from Hell, Walk, and Domination. Of course. I knew that. Those are the ones that you will find in the DLC pack. Sorry. So we had promised that we were going to talk a little bit about pinch harmonics and how to do them correctly.
Sure.
What guitar tone do you want loaded up on the game for this? Do you want to stay with Pantera? You want to go back to Black Label?
If we could maybe just put both Sam and I on the lead path.
Oh, yeah. Hey, would you like a guitar?
Oh, my
Grab a
goodness.
guitar.
Yeah, man, that would freaking make my
Here,
day.
have a friggin' guitar. Okay. So let me briefly explain what a pinch harmonic. No, it's all right. Relax. No, it's okay. You're gonna be fine. you're like a dolphin trapped in like a 6-pack container. All of a sudden,
whoa.
You're like, I have to rescue you as part of a wildlife preserve thing. Pinch harmonics, no, in the game you've probably seen natural harmonics, which is when you very lightly rest your finger over a fret. Specifically, it works best over the 5th, 7th, and 12th frets. You can do it other places. And it makes a bell-like tone. You don't actually press down on it. You just touch the string very lightly, and you can get this really beautiful harmonic sound out of it. So then there's pinch harmonics where you are actually creating a different kind of chimey, squealy sound, but that
Is it like that?
that's all in the left hand. Whereas regular harmonics are a right-handed thing, is where the real key is. Pinch harmonics it's how you play the string, and you sort of hitting the string
regular
with a little bit of your flesh.
Regular harmonics. So the way that it works, if you look at the way that the guitar is laid out, right? So let's just take 12th fret harmonics for just a second,
Are we gonna
just to
talk
break
about
this down
Pythagoras?
and sort of talk about.
We're not going to talk about Pythagoras, but I hear they're opening at Coachella this year.
Okay.
Pythagoras, yeah, they're.
Yeah, the theorem
All right.
or the band. Okay, here we go. So here's how it works. So right here, right, if we take an open string, an open E string, right,
Right.
or maybe this is an open.
That's an E flat.
E flat. Yeah. Okay. So here, if we. Right, if I play that, I play that open E flat, that's fine. So if you play this open E flat and I play the 12th fret, right, then I get a harmonic, right? That's
Stop it.
stab this dude. All right. So that's how we isolate a harmonic pitch, right? And we can actually isolate different overtones
Right.
as we put our. And all I'm doing, if you can kind of see here, I'm not actually pushing it against the fret. I'm just lightly touching
Just sort of
it
brushing
as
it.
I'm picking, right?
Right. Just making
now-
contact with the string.
Right, barely making contact with the string. So now, if we fret something, right, and we use the flesh of our right hand on our thumb right here. Sorry.
There it is.
So right here on our thumb, like with our picking hand, right, we can do something that's really similar, right? So if we go, let's fret the 2nd fret, right, like he does in Stillborn, and then go to the 14th fret and do an upstroke here, while my thumb is actually lightly touching right above the 14th fret.
Okay, so you're plucking with your index finger.
I'm plucking with my pick.
Oh,
So
you are?
my-
Okay,
my-
where's your pick?
So my pick is right here, hidden
Okay.
very well underneath here, right? And as I turn it, I get a pitch that's an octave higher than this.
Right.
So I turn it.
And that's how you know
so-
you've done it right.
Now, the cool thing is that if I go up here and I do it, if I go 24 frets above, like where the 26th fret
Sure.
it should be around here.
You
But
get 2 octaves.
I get 2 octaves up. And then what happens is as you divide the string even more up in this range here, you get even more partials.
So that's where that comes in. So math is involved.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, sort of.
Pythagoras.
So because the string divisions are so small up here, you don't really have to aim very carefully to get like pinches. So you can actually just
Sure, just travel the span basically between the pickups on this Les Paul is kind of where you're getting most of
Les
those
Pauls
tones.
are great for that. Yeah, you're just like, oh, it's just between the So
And that's exactly what's happening.
and that's
So-
exactly
Okay.
what Zach Wild does. So Zach Wild is
So the practice comes in learning how much of your thumb to press against it to get that pinch, to get the harmonic. I think
Yeah,
we're
I
done with the close-ups.
Yeah, it's a feel thing.
Yeah. So like it's one of those things like so it's one of those things you only use it. I don't use it for like that kind of thing, but to play that part, that's how you have to play it. You have to intentionally do it a lot.
Right.
It's a thing that you'll turn on and off to accent something. Like if you're playing like a line in F sharp. Actually, could you put me back on the lead path real quick? So
Right, that little squeal is a pinch harmonic.
Yeah. You can really get things to stand out a little more. Very 80s.
Yeah.
Tons of fun.
I love it though.
I mean, yeah.
It was a technique I really wanted to learn, and I was listening to a lot of ZZ Top growing up.
Yeah.
And Billy Gibbons uses pinch harmonics fairly often
yeah,
as well.
And there's a lot of different ways people do it. Some people, like Shu was showing me how he did it, and he does it like with his ring finger on his right hand, which is really weird. So he'll put his ring finger right on the string behind his pick, and he'll do it like that. I've never heard of anybody doing like that, but I was like, it sounds good.
Well,
when
but
he does it.
Pody, you said that you don't use a pick at all when you do pinch harmonics,
Well,
and neither does Greg.
I can do them without a pick.
Okay.
Like, I can just play and
Not today. You can't. We don't hear any. Oh, there we go. Right.
and I'm just, using my fingers.
Wow, that's crazy. Because I'd never be able to do that myself.
And then Brendan does a cool thing where he can hold the pick like this, and he'll use his index finger to get harmonics. So he can get like an entire
Really?
chord with the
Actually,
12th
you can
fret
do
harmonic.
really cool stuff with it if you once you get good enough. So you can
Yeah.
map out like 12 frets above, and you can.
Oh,
like
that's
that.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's called cascading harmonics. So if
Oh,
you know
wow.
how to do it, right?
That's so
pretty.
great.
Yeah, it's a little trick.
The
Like
key phrase in there was when you get good at it.
It takes-
it
but
takes
it's
a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you are
it's-
seeing truly advanced harmonics kind of stuff here.
Yeah, but
pinch
that's-
harmonics, I would say, is intermediate. Like,
Yeah.
natural harmonics, kind of beginner to intermediate.
It's a
depending,
cool. It's
yeah.
a cool trick. So like, it's a cool thing to throw in your solos, and this is a great way to learn them. Like if you're playing this song and like really trying to get the technique down,
Right.
You have to pinch harmonic every single note in
Yeah.
Zakk Wylde's song. So like in Stillborn, so like you have to do that. But yeah,
But the nice thing is that the cascading harmonics takes it from a trick and makes it compositional. Like
exactly.
You know,
Yeah, you
that's much more of a musical statement than just, hey, cool, look at this thing. That I
yeah,
can
it's
do.
a really great way to end a song. Like if you're playing an acoustic set with somebody and you're just like, I just need something very tasty to top this off.
By the way, I'm still here and I'm still the guitarist.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. You just
That's kind of great. Well, thank you.
Sure.
We kind of didn't get to anybody's questions this week, but that's okay because most of the people were saying, I really got to get better at pinch harmonics. So hopefully that was of use to you. If not, tough. You didn't pay anything for it. No, I mean, let us know on the forums, actually. Go to the rocksmith.com
ask
forums.
us. We'll be happy to answer
Yeah,
questions.
we're here. We're available on Twitter, on Facebook, all these different places. If you look underneath of our screen here, you'll see all of our outlets. But feel free to start up a conversation about pinch harmonics, and we can chime in on that at the forums at rocksmith.com. It's probably the best place to have a very specific conversation where you can follow the thread, and But yeah, it's thank you both very much for doing the
Thank you.
doing the stuff. Oh, here, you want me to? No, why don't you take
I'm
that?
gonna,
with
I'm
you?
gonna take this off with me. I'll see
All right.
you guys later.
Hey, no, bring it back eventually. That's my damn guitar. Bye. No, look, I even brought it. Oh, stupid Sam. Folks, you're watching the Rocksmith 2014 live developer stream, and if you didn't believe it was live, that would hopefully be proof. We could go off the rails at any time, but so far we haven't. It's been 3 songs, and we're into 4 songs, and things can only get better because Brian McCune is here. Hi,
What
Brian
up?
McCune.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you very much. This week is actually my 2-year anniversary at Ubisoft.
It's our anniversary.
Yeah, it's
Think
your
about
dad.
it.
You're just like, oh God, we're 2 years in and it's still not over.
Yeah, we've come a long way since that Indian lunch with you, me, and Greg.
Oh man, that's right. So when I first got here, they're like, hey, you got to take the new guy out to lunch.
We're like,
Oh, new guy, man. He's not even a no tracker. What are we doing? And so it's like, hey, do you like Indian? I said, no.
yep. And I was like, too bad.
And they're like,
we're going.
no. You're like, oh, gee. I'm like, no. I don't like Indian, but honestly, I don't usually eat Indian food. And I promised myself that in moving back from Los Angeles, which I did not enjoy, to the Bay Area, which I did, I was going to be more open to new experiences. So let's go. And I actually found it that it's just chicken tandoori. It's not like a very exotic dish as it goes, but I really enjoyed it. And I have had it several times since. Chicken tandoori and chicken masala. I like them both. And I owe that all to you, Brian McCune, and Greg Barr.
And Uncle Ubi.
Yeah, and was it you and Greg, or was he?
Hello.
I thought Jared was there too.
I
Did
think
Jared
it was
go
just
with
this.
us?
No, I think it was just.
It was the 3 of us.
Yeah.
It was nice and awkward, just like you want a first date to be.
Yeah.
But in any case,
Dan held my hand, and then I had
I
to
did.
file an HR report.
That's right. We got off to the wrong start immediately. But yeah, there you go. That doesn't help you at all out there in internet land.
Yeah, it was a good story to pass the time while
No, I
try to
appreciate. Yeah, so
tune to D standard here.
if you have picked up the Black Label Society 3-pack, you may have noticed that all 3 songs are in different tunings. This final song that we'll be playing, Overlord, is in D standard. So if you are going to tune down D standard, there's the Pody trick that we mentioned earlier in the show, which is if you're going to be doing that a lot, and
Restring your guitar every time, right?
Restring your guitar every song. Ernie Ball thanks you. If you find that if you want to keep a guitar in D standard, maybe just capo up to play in E standard. Some people want to do that out of convenience. You may find that it's easier to do that with 1 gauge heavier than you would normally play on that guitar for how it's set up. But also, go through and sort your songs by tuning, because you'll find while I'm already in D standard, maybe I'll play all
some
of this
Monster
Motley
Truck.
Crue, play Monster Truck. There's you might be surprised, and we know that people are sort of like, I don't want to retune the strings. But if you are going to retune the strings, you might as well get maximum value out of it, right? Like, we understand that it's a bit of a hassle, but there's some great music out there if you're willing to twiddle the knobs. And if you twiddle the knobs in this case, there's lots of other stuff in our library of D. Stanley. You are... Stop making everything dirty!
I said nothing.
I know, you said nothing. But look, we're missing the real star here, which is Brian Pody's guitar.
What?
Where did that come from? This is a guitar that we've never seen on the stream
never
before.
seen it.
That's actually not true. I played this the first time I played on the stream for No Doubt.
Wow.
That was a long time ago.
That was.
Where did this guitar come from?
What is this guitar? It's a cream-colored Les Paul Custom, not unlike somebody famous that we can all think of who's not represented in the game yet, but we hope to one day get him in there.
Yeah, it had a little
That's another story.
Um,
You've got Randy Rhoads Les Paul. Let's just say it.
Well, Randy's was a 74.
Okay.
This is a 68 reissue.
Wow.
All right.
Well, I was going to say. If you did, sorry. Was not expecting the word reissue. I was like, whoa, 68.
No, it's not a 68. It's a 1999 68 reissue. I actually sold my first car and bought this guitar.
Wow. So the person saying raffle time? No, we are not raffling off Pody's Les Paul Custom. Wow, you sold your first guitar and you sold your first car and got this guitar.
Yeah.
That's dedication. When did the neck snap off? Because now, give me the close-up cam, because you got to see this. This was horror for me to see. This happens sometimes to guitars. Look at this terrible break. I feel so bad. Now, you said that this actually has been just fine. You had it. You repaired it yourself because you are, of all of us here at the guitar factory here, you are.
We did good.
Wow, yeah. I guess next time I'll also check the focus on that camera because
it's all good.
It wasn't liking it.
Yeah, I was unwise and I let it sit around for years before I bothered fixing it, and you really shouldn't do that because wood expands and contracts. And I didn't want to repaint it. You know, I don't care that it's not
It
pretty.
needs to work.
Yeah,
and it's something only you see unless somebody puts a webcam on it on the internet and then everybody sees it.
And this was just like my workhorse guitar for so many years. Like the back of it's just thrashed.
Oh yeah,
like it is well loved. So it's not the prettiest fix. I didn't repaint it or anything, but it gets the job done.
But it's great that you brought it back out. I assume it was in honor of the whole Zach, Ozzy, Randy triumvirate, or did you just get bored and decide this is the closest thing I have to a bullseye?
It was more the latter, like, well, it's a white Les Paul. It doesn't have a bullseye on it, but
right?
it's close.
But that's as close as we get.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit of a Randy fan.
Yeah. Also, this has a big neck.
It does.
Compared to what I'm used to anyway. Tiny Hands Dan, #TinyHandsDan. That's what they would call a 50s neck, even though it's a 60s reissue.
It's bigger than most of the 50s necks that I've played.
Okay, so it wasn't just me, because I was like, man, I'm really sensitive to neck shapes and neck carves, and I feel it's one of the key ergonomic things. If you're shopping for a guitar, you have to find one that feels right in your hand, and I tend to like shallower necks, maybe not Wizard Ibanez shallow necks, but pretty, D and modern C shapes. Anything more than a modern C-shaped neck, like a U-shaped neck, 70s Fenders or 50s Gibsons, I'm just like, I don't know how to handle it. I don't even care for the Paul Reed Smith standard carve.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a little bit too much neck for me.
See, back when I was like...
Are we boring you? Is this like the nerdiest, crappiest conversation?
I can't hang. Somebody bring up...
Somebody bring up
secondary dominance. Right back in.
When I was gigging...
God, give me a marimba or a xylophone, please.
When I was gigging a lot and playing this a lot in my late teens, early 20s, the other guitar that I played all the time had like a Wizard profile neck. So I was going back and forth between like the polar opposites of the guitar neck spectrum.
A very thin and a very thick neck.
Yeah, you just kind of get used to it.
I guess you do. I told you, but I didn't tell you. After at my 2-year anniversary, I guess this is the right time to say it. I've kind of not noticed whether I'm inverted or regular in our interface anymore.
That's
like
good.
my brain has finally just learned to accept both ways to play Rocksmith.
That's
I play
good.
inverted at home, I play standard at the office, and I seem to do okay both ways.
Very
but
open-minded of you.
it was I had to because it was the only way to survive. My mind is so open it leaks sometimes. So
Shu plays inverted at his desk, but he did not play inverted yesterday in the
Interesting.
pre-record, and he still killed it.
And he did a fantastic job. So anyway, final song of the day. I suppose we should do that. Are we keeping you from a meeting,
Sorry,
Mr.
no,
McCune?
no,
Sorry.
No, just my busy social calendar.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you're going to play Overlord by Black Label Society. This is a 6-minute song in D standard.
Yep. I hope
y-
this is the one I practice.
I hope so, too. Was it 6 minutes long?
No, actually, you know what? I practiced it like 2 days ago, and then I forgot until like right before I came. I was like, oh boy. So
Excellent.
watch me flail about. I almost kind of know it. I think I've played through it twice.
Okay, good. Pody, anything that you want to tell the world about before we dive into Overlord?
It's a 6-minute song.
Already done, man.
It's you kind of like really get into the groove with the main riff because you get to play it quite a bit, and it's a cool riff. The solo is super zacky,
right.
you know,
Okay.
very fast, very pentatonic.
I'm assuming that's that little tiny cityscape right there.
Yeah, exactly. The
about-
tiny bars.
About 2/3 of the way through.
By the way, a lot of people want to know how you broke the neck. I'm sorry. I was not representing the chat room. They're all like, how did it happen?
It happened back when. No, I love my guitar. Back when Brendan and I had a studio together.
It's Brendan's fault.
It's not Brendan's fault. It was sitting in a guitar stand, and I will preface this with the floor of the studio was like 3-inch thick rubber mats, and the cat knocked the guitar out of the stand onto the face of the guitar, and the headstock just went pink.
Even with rubber mats.
Yeah.
It was just you hit it at the right angle, at the right time, right pressure point, and it
Snaps
happens.
right off.
It was a sad day.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But it lives again,
Yeah.
and you'll hear how good it is here on Overlord by Black Label Society, which we will play now! Because we haven't played any songs in a long time, and I feel like I've been talking forever. I will take a peek and see if I can pick up any of the leftover questions that might be lingering in our chat room. But I saw that one, and, what can you do? Bitspiel says, next time the cat messes with your guitar, just remind the cat that violin strings are made of catgut.
They used to be.
Yeah. They still can be if the cat's really a nuisance.
Yeah. I have gut strings on one of my violins.
What is the easiest song out of this week's 3 Black Label Society songs, says Danger Mouse 66?
The first half of this one.
I was going to say, Greg actually said that Stillborn was pretty simple, except for the solo. Pretty straightforward. Very attainable rhythm part. I played the bass part, so that is shorthand for it's pretty simple. If I can play it, it must be attainable. So yeah, maybe that's the one to start with if you're looking.
Hello. New bass. Not the bass
you
I'm
don't-
used to.
Yeah, you don't normally play this bass. The Les Paul bass is getting love again.
The 9th fret is where I expect the 7th fret to be based on the way I sit and play at my desk.
Boxing Kangaroo wants to know if I love them.
Yes.
We're just
I'm answering for Dan. Dan, yes he does.
We're just good friends. Hey, my wife watches this stream sometime. I got. Do I like waffles? Of course I like waffles. I like you, Boxing Kangaroo, but I love waffles. I think my physique tells that story pretty easily. You love what? Oh, Anthony says he loves Eggos, so feel free to send boxes of Eggos to San Francisco, Ubisoft, courtesy, attention, Anthony Martinez.
I feel like this riff is reminiscent of a couple other bands.
Which other bands?
I definitely hear little Alice in Chains in this riff.
Oh yeah, okay, that's a fair point.
Go, Pody, go! All the pinch harmonics. I always love triplet grooves. Any song in Rocksmith triplet groove, I love it.
Oh, that's a great bass riff. The Case 4 unison riffs. Sorry. It's all right. Get into it. It's fine. Take one for the team. What? That's great, man.
I don't think I ever leveled it up this far.
Surprise!
Metric modulation.
Oh, we're finally back in Brian's happy zone of being able to talk about technical music terms. If
They
you're
also speed way up in that part.
If you are just sticking around waiting for free stuff, don't worry, we do have another giveaway after the song. But hopefully you're appreciating the artistic merit on display. Jams Bar wants to talk with you. He says, is this sort of a D major Dorian or something? He can't play it and think at the same time. I saw your brain lock up. It was kind of pretty great. His eyes went blue screen.
Truth is, I didn't really think about it. What is so our tonic?
I mean, you are in D standard, so I'm guessing your tonic is D.
It's actually E. Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. All the riffs start on that red
I
2,
see.
which is an E. Anthony's saying it's Dorian. Or are you talking about the mask? I referenced the mask before.
Oh.
That was the name of the villain.
Dorian,
Right?
that's right. Wow. You never know what you're going to get when you ask a question on the Rocksmith.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I left this song for last.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, D major Dorian?
Not major at all.
Not major at all.
No, I would say it's
Minor third.
Yeah, you have that minor.
D, no big deal Dorian.
But Dorian is always minor.
Okay.
That is the characteristic of it. So it's like taking a major scale but starting on scale degree 2. So 2, 3. It's like a scale that's built on. If you're playing a major scale, you just go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and back down to 2. So it would be like a C major scale started on D. But this is an E. So this is E minor, and it's got a little bluesy thing too because it's bending from the 4th. Anytime you're going between 4 and sharp 4 or flat 5 and somewhere in that bluesy. So it's actually a blues riff.
There you go. I learned something today. I won't retain it, but I learned
Yeah.
it. Thank you. Is there anything you wanted to add about that from the note tracking side? Because I didn't give you credit. You did note track Overlord.
I did note track
did.
Overlord. As Brian mentioned, the metric modulation is interesting, and as I said, they speed up. I think the tempo of most of the songs is around like 110, and then it goes up to like 150 beats per minute.
Yeah.
And they just like
Wow.
they
They
go
do it
right
together,
into
which is cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
they just nail it.
I will say that Mangor3 says, great playing, and Bisco Bid says, excellent job, and Rocksmith Reed 2 says, nice jobs, guys. And, even better, Lavco Price Tech says, you guys need a tip box
Yeah.
for coffee or pizza.
Sure. I
Sure.
could go for some coffee flavored pizza.
I'm partial to pizza flavored coffee myself.
Oh, that's
That's also disgusting.
Yeah.
You know what's great though is free stuff.
It is.
And then
Give it to me. Don't
and
give it to them.
I almost said something other than stuff just because that's my personality, but this is primo stuff right here. This
Happy
is
anniversary. Your last day.
yeah, you're fired. Here's what you can win right now. Yes, it's that other giveaway I was speaking about. If you perhaps did not get the chance to enter, or perhaps you simply didn't win the first one. If you did win the first prize pack, we would ask that you not enter this one. Give everybody else a chance to win everything that you see here. A peg winder, a dozen picks from Ernie Ball, 3 of our very special Rocksmith picks, a brand new strap. That might be black, it might be silver. I've been sort of doing them randomly because they sent us a bunch of each, which is great. And the Wonder Wipes, which are individually pre-moistened towelettes that do things like clean your strings, moisturize your fretboard, polish your guitar.
I should really get some of those.
I
My
think you
guitars
should.
are disgusting.
Yes, they are. A lot of the guitars in this office are disgusting, and that's where I've really found that the Wonder Wipes are worthwhile. And of course, last but certainly not least, 2 sets of strings, 1 for your bass, 1 for your guitar. The popular lime green kind of does everything gauges of both of these slinky strings. All of this can be yours, and I will ship it internationally. Doesn't matter to me.
For the insane price of just following us on Twitch.
That's right. That's really all you have to do is follow us on Twitch. Jason Paradise is in our chat room. He will actually administer the Moobot giveaway. But yes, as he points out, the only thing that you need to do to win that stuff is to make sure that you are following us here on Twitch. That's all we ask. And some people have mentioned that they got their prizes from last week. We're all caught up on prizes. Ernie Ball gave us all the stuff that we needed for all the stuff that we had already given away that we didn't have in hand, so that was great. And they actually hooked us up for the next several weeks. So very happy to say that we've got that down. You guys didn't play Goofy stuff over the.
What if I just smash the bass? No.
Oh, well, no. Again, you're going to smash it into me. If this was your first Rocksmith 2014 live developer stream, I apologize. I'm Dan Amrick. I'm the community developer.
I sound good on bass.
And thank you very much for joining us this week. We will, of course, be back next week with new DLC. What's next week's DLC? There's going to be a clue posted in the Rocksmith.com forums tomorrow. Extra for experts, just you folks that are super big fans that care and want to know as soon as humanly possible. I'll give you a bit of a hint tomorrow in the chat room. In the meantime, you can always reach out to us on social media. We're at Rocksmith Game on Twitter, at Ubisoft Studio SF. In fact, on our Twitter tomorrow for Ubisoft Studio SF, we'll be giving away some more Black Label Society Steam codes for DLC. So if you didn't win one of those during this week's stream, don't worry. You have another chance. Tomorrow we'll be giving away 5 there. We'll be giving away 3 on Reddit. We'll be giving away 3 more in the Rocksmith chat room, or the forums, rather, not the chat room, at rocksmith.com. And sometimes I post those a little early, depending on my own schedule, because what good is power if you don't abuse it?
Like me.
Thanks very much for tuning in. Thank you, Brian Pody and Anthony Martinez, for running Wheels of Steel as well as playing. You'll see Anthony next week. He's playing one of the songs next week. Hey, that's right. He's been practicing, and which is funny because Twinkle Twinkle Little Star didn't sound that hard to me.
No, it didn't.
But there you go.
And Hot Cross Buns.
Yeah.
I play that a lot these days, actually.
We will leave you with another look at the Black Label Society DLC. Thanks very much. Show up next week, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, and I believe due to the current international timingness, it's 10 p.m. GMT. We leave you with a look at Black Label Society. Thanks very much, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.